Hello, and hello.
Hey,
Yes, welcome to the
Ray's
Healing Project.
here.
Yes. Welcome to the Healing Project. This year, we're doing something totally different than what I have been doing um, as of last year. 2019, I had a co host, but this time I want to try again with another co host. So tonight, I have Wendy Stanley, who will be sitting with me on this platform where we'll be talking about healing, talking about forgiveness, talking about different topics that actually affects us as a community, not only as a community, but also as church family. So we're going to be
Yeah,
diving into topics that a lot of times people don't want to touch, don't want to discuss, they just want to sweep it on the rug and pretend like it never exists. But it's all about healing. We want to talk about topics where it's going to bring healing to ourselves, to our family, to our community, to our church family. So let's get started. I'm ready. You ready,
yeah,
Wendy?
I'm ready. Yep, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, hey. Okay, so I used to back in the day. I used to write the poems when I started at the radio station. So I'm gonna incorporate that back into 2026. So each show that we'll be going moving forward this year, we'll be adding a poem to it. So today's topic is called "Parents Using Children as Pawns." So this, of course, title is going to be "Pawns on the Board." Here we go.
Here
They
we go.
sit small at the table of grown decisions, feet dangling where truth should be. Tiny hands clutch stories fed to them, half truth dressed up as loyalty. Voices whisper, say this, remember that. Love gets edited, sliced in two. Affection becomes a bargaining chip, and innocence is taught to choose a side. A child should never carry adults' war or wear a parent's bitterness like an armor. Yet they're pushed forward first to fall, sacrifice for pride, control, and for fear. Their laughter dims under heavy instructions. Their trust bends, then quietly breaks. They learn manipulation before
Ooh,
multiplication, survival before safety. But here's this: children are not leverage. They are not messengers of pain, nor proof in someone else's case. They are hearts meant to be protected, not moved strategically across the board. And one day, when the game is over, the pawn will remember who taught them that love had conditions. And healing will begin when the board is flipped and the child is finally allowed to just be a child. So, what you
wow.
think about that?
That was good. That was good. I like that.
Yeah.
Especially that one where you were saying about manipulation.
Yes, they
Use as
learn that before
manipulation. Yeah.
multiplication.
Yep.
Mhm. Yes.
Mhm.
And oftentimes, Wendy, oftentimes our kids are placed in adult situations. A lot of
Phew.
times our children are placed in, and it's hard enough on them being separated, from their parents, not living in the same household any longer. So
Mhm.
now you have a mom over here and you have a dad over here. And so now the children is in between and they're going from mama's house A, daddy's house B. And then
Mhm.
sometimes you may have a manipulative parent that say, what is mama doing over there? Or what is daddy doing over there?
Yep.
Does mama have a girlfriend? Does daddy have a girlfriend? Or excuse me, mama have a boyfriend? So, so a child is being brought
Girlfriend, it
up.
could be girlfriend.
Yeah.
The way stuff going on, it could be girlfriend.
But and it's sad that our kids are placed in these situations, and this is why our kids today are walking around confused. They're walking
Yeah,
around angry. They're walking around bitter because they're not allowed to be a child.
right. And then the each parent is talking about the other parent to the child,
Right,
knowing
right.
that that's breaking that child's heart because you're
Yeah.
talking about their mom or their dad and they love them.
Yes,
No
yes,
matter what,
yes.
the thing is, no matter how you feel about that man or that woman,
Uh-huh.
that child loves their parents,
Come
and
on.
you shouldn't be talking about them to them, because 'cause you're
Right,
hurting their feelings, because they
right.
don't know how to react, but they crying themselves when they by theyself, they're crying because you
Mm-hmm.
hurt their feelings by talking about their parent,
Right,
and
right.
you shouldn't even do that. You
And
shouldn't
that is so
say,
true.
"You gonna be just like your daddy," saying all of this
Mm-hmm.
negative stuff, and now this child is thinking you thinking of them like that.
Right,
Especially the
right.
boys. Especially the boys. The boys are
Yes.
really getting hurt, because you're having a mom that's so bitter and so
Mhm,
hurt that
mhm.
because he didn't wanna be with you,
Come
you're
on, come
taking it
on.
out on the child. He ain't
Yes,
leaving his child, he just doesn't wanna be with you, and he shouldn't
right.
have to that shouldn't be a condition for him to have a relationship with his child.
And that's absolutely true, Whitney, because my mom and I was actually talking about this earlier today. And oftentimes, and you made a valid point because we're gonna talk about women right now.
Mhm,
Oftentimes that we are angry because our child's father no longer wants to or desires to be with us anymore does not
mhm.
mean that the child's father wants to not have a relationship with their child, but
Right.
because we're angry and because we're hurting, then what we do, we end up using our kids as pawns,
Yep.
meaning
You
we
lump
keeping our
you lump the
kids.
kid into it,
Right.
saying, "Oh, he don't
Just
wanna
like
be
a
with
child.
us.
Mm-hmm.
He don't wanna be with us," and it ain't that. He just don't wanna have a relationship with you. The relationship is not working, and he's
Right,
being man enough to say, "Hey, this is not working because we fighting in front of the baby,"
right, right.
neither one of us is happy. So
Hmm.
why should we be in this? And why should the
Absolutely.
kid be having to listen to us fuss and fight or
Right.
seeing us being physical with each
Come
other?
on, come
What is
on.
they supposed to do?
Yeah. But as
What are
you
they
know,
supposed
but
to
as you
do?
know, but as you know, women, because we like, I'm gonna be truthful, we like control sometimes. We like that
Yep,
power
drama.
sometimes. Right, right. Some of them like drama. But then because the father does not want to be with them, so now they're holding the child away from their father. Well, I don't
Mhm.
want you, I don't want my child around anybody
Yep.
else, or I don't want my child around anybody else, so you can't see your child.
Yeah.
And you're thinking that you're hurting the man. Yes, you're hurting the man, but you're also
But
hurting
you
your
hurting
child.
that kid too.
That's
You
it.
hurting that
That's it.
kid too. What gets me
Absolutely.
is like when they'll have birthday parties, okay?
Uh-huh.
So the man can't come. He can't bring his girlfriend, but you got a whole boyfriend at the
I know what
party.
you said. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got a
I
whole
know what you
boyfriend
said.
at the party, but the man can't come with his woman. But you can have a whole
But you got a
boyfriend
whole
at the party.
man.
Yeah, living at the house, all of that. But sh
Right.
but he can't come to the birthday party? You got an
Right.
issue
Well, he
with
can't bring
that?
a guest. He can come,
Yeah,
but he can't bring a guest.
right. And not
Yeah.
and most of the times he can't even come
Yeah.
because
It,
you
it's crazy.
bitter because he and what I figured out too,
What's that?
that woman don't want the current boyfriend talking to the baby daddy because she done said so much stuff about this man, making
Uh-uh.
like he this and making like he that, and
What
that
you
ain't
say?
true, lying to that man. And so if them two get together and start talking,
Oh
he
Lord.
gonna find out some stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because
Parties over.
this man, yeah, because this man in the house and he listening to you and he wondering why, well, why he can't come see it, why he can't get his baby,
Yeah.
and why he can't meet me so he'll know who is around his baby. Because she done lied.
Come
She
on.
done lied. Let's just keep it a buck. She done lied about that man. You
Yes.
know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And
Yes.
then she don't want no type of him in the picture whatsoever because she want to try to make like this new man is daddy. And a lot
Hmm.
of them times, them men don't want to be daddies to your kids.
No, they just want
They
what they
got
can
their
get.
own kids to be daddies too. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And they don't want to come in between that father and his relationship with his child, but because you done sat up here and lied to this man, he
Mm-hmm.
thinking otherwise. Oh, this man don't take care of his kid. He don't do this. He don't do that.
Right.
But he don't
Right.
know on the other end is her.
That's doing it.
that done put them roadblocks up so
The
that
master
he can't do it.
manipulator.
Yes,
The ma-
yes,
let me
yes,
let
yes,
me talk about this real quick. So today's topic is talking about children being used as pawns.
yeah,
Well, what does that really mean? So, using a child as a pawn means placing adult responsibilities on our children,
yeah,
emotionally, their loyalty, manipulation onto the child, making them feel that they have to choose a parent over the other
yeah.
parent.
Mm-hmm.
And then also too for the child, you're asking your child to spy in some cases on the
Yeah.
other parent to see what's going on in their household. And then not only that, you're trying to control their household, let alone your
Mm-hmm.
own household, but you can't control their household and your household. So what goes on in your house is your responsibility. And when
Yeah.
your child is over with the other parent, then that's that other parent's responsibility to make sure that their child is taken care of, being fed, being provided for. But
Right.
again, as a woman, we want to try to control both sides of the spectrum, right?
Right.
And we try to withhold our love from a kid. We want to punish them too. So if we feel that
Yeah.
our child is loving on their other parent more than we feel that they're loving on us, then we want to punish them. Or you
Right.
can't
And
go to
that
your
ain't
daddy's
right.
house today, or you can't go to your daddy's house this weekend because you didn't pick that pencil up off the floor yesterday. So now you can't go. Using,
Right.
trying to find things, little minute things to prevent their child from actually going and spending time with their father.
Right.
Now, I understand now correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, now I understand if a parent has not done any harm to the child, what's the reason as to why you want to prevent your child from going?
It's bitterness. That's what it is. It's plain bitterness. Because she not getting what she want. Like
Mm-hmm.
say for instance, say that man may be paying child support, right?
Okay.
And by all rights, if he's paying child support, he should be able to see his kid. He should have the proper
Period.
visitation to
Period.
see his child, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, say the child support is supposed to be for the upkeep of that child, right or wrong.
Uh-huh. Right.
It's not for you to get your hair done.
Your nails.
It's not for you to get your nails done.
Or,
It's
or
not
see
for
your
you
other
to
beauty.
buy your look, it ain't for you to buy your boyfriend no
That's what I was
shoes.
gonna say.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes,
It's
well.
for your child. Now,
Absolutely.
you'll call a baby daddy and be like, "Hey, I need $200 for some groceries," right?
Right, right.
So instead of giving you money, that
Mm-hmm.
man sends a delivery over with groceries
Mm-hmm.
because you said you needed groceries.
Right.
So he done send you beyond $200 worth of groceries. But
Hmm.
you mad because he didn't send the money.
Come
So
on.
you really wasn't gonna use the money for no groceries. You was gonna use the money for something else. You know what I'm saying? And you
Mm-hmm.
see a whole bunch of posts on Facebook and stuff where the
Mm-hmm.
girl talking about she done asked for money and he done sent groceries. And I mean, he done sent a whole lot, but you want to throw it in the garbage.
Yes, yes, yes.
For
You know,
what? Because
that,
he didn't give you cash money. He knew what
oh,
you was gonna do with the cash money.
right, right. And then it's truly sad, Wendy. And for the ones that is coming in, we talking about children being used as pawns on a board game between their parents, because you have one parent that is angry and is bitter because he no longer wants to be in a relationship with the individual. And we're not talking about this to point blame or to point finger at a woman. We're talking about this because it's time for us to heal as a community.
Man,
It's
you
time for
gotta
us to
stop
heal as
that.
a family, because we have too many people that are walking around hurt. We have
Yeah.
too many people that are sitting at home depressed. We have too many
Mhm.
people going into the church house hurt and torn between because something they had to deal with in their childhood, because they were subjected to something that they had no control
Yeah.
over. And so it is time
Yeah.
for us to heal as a community. It is time for us to heal as a church people, because I say this because it's too many of us walking around here being in despair. We're in despair.
Yeah.
we're lost because we are still holding on to a hurt and trauma. And when a parent holds a child in captivity, because I'm going to say that, hold them in
Yeah.
captivity or hold them in bondage or their prison,
Yep.
we are causing trauma to our child.
Yep.
We are causing trauma to the fact that when our kids get older, they're not going to know how to act in a relationship.
Mm-mm.
They're not going to know how to
Not at
properly
all.
love or to receive um, um, love properly from someone else because they're in trauma. They're still
Mm-hmm.
facing trauma that they never dealt with, and they struggle with trust.
Yep.
We have a
And
lot of people walking around with trust issues.
they start a generational curse
Yeah,
because a bunch of those women, they learned that from their mama.
come on, and they're keeping the cycle going.
You know what I'm saying? They say, well, my mama kept my daddy from me, so I'm gonna do the same thing.
Right.
You know, they create a scenario and then they run with it, which I
Come on.
feel like when that child is old enough to talk on their own, take
Hmm.
yourself out of it.
The equation. That's it.
Because the baby can talk to their daddy on their own. They can make plans on their own. The
Hmm.
child can let you know, hey, my daddy coming to pick me up at such and such
Right.
a time. And then
Right.
you let them
Right.
go head on. Quit getting in the middle of their relationship.
That's good. That's
Go
good.
sit
That's
down
good.
somewhere and heal yourself
Come on.
because you're causing confusion. If you
Yeah.
take yourself out of the equation, they will have a relationship. It doesn't require you um
Get in
hovering,
the middle. Come on.
or dictating what they do and what they don't do. If he want to
Right.
take the little boy or girl to Chuck E. Cheese, let them go to
Let
Chuck E.
them
Cheese.
do it. Let them do it.
They ain't got to go to Dave and Buster's because you said so.
Come on. And that is so funny to me because I'm pretty sure you're the same way, but when we was raising our kids, for one, I've never kept my kids away from their father.
Me
But
neither.
you have so many women that do that, that keep their kids away from their father. But I know of a situation where because a woman feels that he may not have bought their child more than she bought them things, so now it's an issue. Or
Right.
he feels that, well, you didn't buy them no 200 pair of Jordans, so they're not good enough, and I don't want that. Or I don't like those jeans. You bought them jeans from Walmart, so I don't like those jeans, so I don't want my
And
kids to
she's
wear those
shopping
jeans.
at Walmart too.
Come on.
Why you playing?
Come
You
on.
shopping at Walmart too. Why you playing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's so ridiculous. It's like let that man do what he wants to do with
For
his
his
for
kids.
his
For his
child
kids.
and
Yes.
with his child. It
Yes.
has nothing to do with you. As
Yes.
long as he is not abusing that baby,
Come
he is not
on.
mistreating
Yes.
that baby is happy, let them be with their parent.
Yes.
Because what you're
Yes.
going to do is you're going to have these little boys that turn into man boys that are resentful
Come on.
towards women
Come
because
on.
of you, because
Yeah.
of how you talk to them, how you treated them, how you
Mhm.
hovered and smothered them, and how
Mhm.
you tried to make like they was your man.
Come
That
on.
that that
That's
boy
another
ain't
topic in
your
itself
man.
right there. That's another
That boy
topic in
ain't your
itself.
man.
Come
That
on.
boy is your son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't the man of the house. He is a child. Let
Come
him
on.
be a child, you
Yes.
know? And then every time when you have Tom, Dick, and Harry coming through the house, you wanna make like, oh, this your new daddy. Like, come
Yeah.
on now. Those boys look at that and then they start resenting you because they like, man, all I seen was my door, revolving door.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all they saw.
Yeah.
And so now they thinking all women are like that. Because
Hmm.
who is the first woman that he falls in love with?
Come
You.
on. That's good. That's good. That's good. And that's
You
good.
are the first woman that he
Yeah.
falls in
That's
love with.
good.
It's you.
That's good. And also too with the trauma for the kids, the hidden trauma that our kids carry. You know, we talked about the trust issues, and then
Yep.
they end up feeling responsible for other people's emotions, and then
Yeah.
they have fear of conflict. Then they feel that they have to over explain themselves to somebody. People pleasing, people.
Yeah.
That's going to be a whole nother topic in itself. But then they also feel the guilt. They carry the guilt that they never belong to them. That they should
Mhm.
never have to deal with that. You know, that was something that their parents dealt with. That was their parents' issues. It wasn't their
Yeah.
issue. But because you had one parent who was trying to be funny and trying to involve their child in their grown folk affairs,
Yep.
end up hitting the kid, and that's like I'll say a walk by instead of a drive by. That's a walk by because
Yeah.
your kid is getting hit by stray bullets that you're shooting at your child's other parent, and that is not
Mhm.
fair, and it's not right for a child to have to go through these certain situations. But again, I know things happen. We're not perfect. I know parenting does not come with a manual. And I'm
It
not sitting
doesn't.
here saying by far that I'm the best parent. No, I've made
Me neither.
many
We all made mistakes, but
but
you
that's
learn
it.
from them, and
That's
then you
it.
also, like, nowadays, it's like these young girls don't give themselves a chance to get to know that person, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They meet that person, then a week later, he done moved in. You don't know nothing about
Mm.
that man.
You have some grown women doing that too. Not only
Yeah,
them
that's
young
what
folks.
yeah,
Yeah.
I might let me rephrase that. Let me say in this time and
Yes.
age, in
Yes.
this
Yes.
time
Yes.
and age, you
Yes.
don't know nothing about that man. You
Come
know what I'm
on.
saying?
Right.
And now you got him babysitting.
Ooh.
You just met him.
Ooh.
You
Come
don't know his
on.
character.
No
You don't know,
man.
if he been a child molester or anything like that.
Come
And now you done
on.
left your baby with this man, and then now you done got a phone call that something done happened to your baby because you trusted a man that you didn't even know. You
Wow.
didn't
Wow.
even know that man.
Wow.
You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? And it's
Hey.
like you should have took time to what do they call it? Vetted that man.
Investigate.
Yeah,
Investigate.
investigate, vet it, you know, before he even meet your baby, for one. Get
Mm.
to know him, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? See
Yeah.
how he is as a person before you bring him around your kids. And then if he's a person, when you do bring him around your kids, he don't
Mm-hmm.
have no interaction with your child whatsoever. He don't
Mm.
speak, he don't,
Mm.
them is red flags.
Absolutely. But you know what? Some women they ignore them flags though. They
Yeah,
ignore
them
them
is
flags because
big red flags.
a lot of
If
women
that
want
man
to. They
don't
want
if
to. A
if
lot of women don't want a piece of. They want a piece of man.
yeah, that's what it is. They want a piece of man, not a whole man, just to say they got a man. And you
Right.
don't
Right.
even know if you really got a man, because you
Mm.
don't know what goes on with that man.
Come on.
He
Come
could
on.
be
Come
a
on.
down low man.
Oh Jesus, help
He
us.
could you know what I'm saying?
Help us. Help
You
us.
don't know because you did not take the time to ask the
Mm.
right questions,
Mm.
to look at his character, or
Wow.
none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that goes into it, especially nowadays.
Come
I
on.
remember when we were growing up, you couldn't
Mm-hmm.
even be in the room when the grown-ups was talking.
No, they
When a
made you
grown-up
leave.
when a
Go
grown-up
on. Go
came
on
in, you
upstairs.
better had been going the other way, let
That's it.
alone sitting there listening to the conversation and interjecting. Co
Yeah.
What?
Mm, yeah. But
You
you have parents though, Wendy, that allow their kids to sit there and not, I won't even say in the midst of grown folks talk, but you have parents that sit there and talk to their kids about their adult affairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're sitting there like you talk, like you and I talking, they talking to their kids like that.
Yeah, that baby don't need to be knowing all of that.
That part. Let me read this
Like,
scripture real quick.
oof,
Let- So,
Jesus.
so the Bible, the Bible warns us. I'm going to read Luke 17:2. The Bible
Come on.
warns us that it would be better for someone to have a milestone hung around their neck than to cause one of these little ones to stumble.
Mm,
And this is and that was a verse. But let me say this: children stumble not only from abuse, but from emotional warfare that they were never meant to fight.
come on, that's a mouthful.
Right
They
there.
didn't choose to be they didn't choose to be your kid.
No,
And they
no.
definitely didn't choose to be in the midst
In
of
that
your
fight.
mess.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Not at all.
That's it.
And it's like, and then you would know if it's a good man, cause he ain't gonna come around your kids like that.
No,
He ain't
not
gonna
playing
try to
around with them
move into your house like that.
until they
He
get
not
stuff
gonna
right.
try to, you know what I'm saying? He gonna try to get to know you first to see if you the type of woman that he wanna be around.
Right,
For
right, right,
one, you
right.
know what I'm saying? Cause it ain't just the other way around. It's he gotta vet you too.
That's it.
'Cause you
That's
could be
it.
all types of crazy and have him and have him coming in the midst of all types
Psycho,
of
psycho.
crazy. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Have you had 'cause you mad at your baby daddy. Now you done had him come over to your house and then called the baby daddy to come over there so you
Mhm.
can, start some mess. And that man don't even know nothing about none of that. You know what I'm saying? It
And that's
it it
true.
don't make no sense.
That's true. And that's
It
true.
don't make no sense.
And that's why I created this platform, because topics like these people don't like to talk about.
Right.
And then when you try to share with another woman, they get angry.
Yep. That's
Who are you
being
to tell
defensive.
who are you to tell me what to do and how to do? No, we're
Yep.
not telling you how to do it. We're showing you, we're giving you wisdom on how to do things.
Mhm.
Because why? And I can speak for myself. I've been through
Yeah.
stuff like this.
Me
So
too.
things that we talk about, things that I talk about, is not because I feel and I think that I am better than you. No, that is never the case. I'm speaking and bringing these things to forefront only because it is time for us to heal as
Mhm.
God's people. It's time for us to heal as a church. It's
Yeah.
time for us to heal as a family. It's time for us to
Yep.
heal as a community, because it may not be our kid that is acting out, but we're in the community that this kid resides in. So
Yeah.
I would hate to be at the grocery store down the street and this angry baby comes in the parking lot, starts acting crazy, and starts going off. I would hate to be having an encounter with this child. Why this baby
Mhm.
is hurting. The baby don't have anybody to talk to. The baby don't know. Can't come. We know that our kids don't like to
Mhm.
anyhow. So that's just more icing on the cake. So we have to start somewhere. We have to start somewhere. And this right here is a small step. Every
Yeah.
step, every milestone is worth being praised. Every
Yeah.
milestone, every step that you make is worth being honored. I say that because, and I know how difficult it is sometimes moving forward, moving from a relationship
Yeah.
you were in. I get it. I know sometimes it hurts us, and I'm gonna say sometimes. I know it hurts us because,
It hurts a lot of times
yes, because women,
'cause you gave up so much of yourself.
yes, yes,
You gave up so much of yourself, and that's why it's important when you do end that relationship that you don't immediately get into another one,
yeah,
that you
yeah,
heal
yes,
from
yes,
that so that
yeah,
you're not bringing that baggage along with you, that
yes.
hurt, that pain, that bitterness
That's
with
it.
you
That's
to a
it.
different relationship.
That's
You
it.
must heal first, and then you need to get rid of them soul ties.
Come on, come
You
on. Go
know,
through
you gotta get rid
the
of
deliverance. Yeah.
you gotta get rid of them soul ties because if you keep jumping from relationship to relationship and then you keep wondering why stuff ain't working out, it's because you got all of these spirits
Tied up. You're tied up.
all wrapped
You're
up,
tied up. You're tied up.
messing around.
Yeah.
Cause not only is he messing with you,
He
He
messed with
messing with
somebody else too.
another one, and she got a whole bunch of stuff that was
Come
going
on.
on,
And
and
she
that
got
one,
somebody
you know what
else.
I'm saying?
Domino effect.
And you don't know how many people that you tied to
That's
because
it.
you didn't give yourself a chance to heal.
That's
You
it.
have to heal between relationships. And
That's
I'm not
it.
talking about a month. I'm not talking about 2 months. I'm talking about real healing where
Yeah.
you've done the work to
Yeah.
heal
Yes.
and learn how to be by yourself. You ain't
Come
always
on.
got to be with somebody all the time like
No,
that.
no, you don't. You don't. But you know what? And that comes from maturity too. That comes from knowing your worth. Because a
Yeah.
lot of people don't know their worth and they settle for less, not only settling for
Yeah.
less, that they're afraid to be alone. Because I was that girl, being afraid to be alone. So my motto was this: okay, so bye bye, so long, bye bye. Then okay,
Mhm.
then I had somebody else, So it, like I said, it comes with maturity, but not only that, knowing who you are as a person. A lot of times,
Mhm.
because you brought up in dysfunctional homes or homes where you were broke in, and you didn't go to therapy because of things that you experienced as a child. So now sometimes as an adult, are left to feel lifeless or worthless
Mhm.
because we don't feel worthy of anything. We don't feel worthy of real genuine love. So I'm just gonna get what I can get. I'm gonna scrape the bottom of the barrel. But
Right.
not realizing that you can wait, baby, pump your brakes and wait till that right
Man, you could
along.
wait because when you spend time by yourself, you really learn you
Yes,
and
absolutely you do.
learn what you're capable of,
Yes.
learn the type of person that you are,
Yes.
and learn through your healing that, hey, I didn't really need to be with that type of person.
Come
I can be
on.
with this type of person. Cause I
Yes.
know for me, when I was younger, I used
Mhm.
to always think that I didn't deserve to be with no man that wore a suit.
What?
Yeah, that I
Okay.
wasn't worthy of that. You know what I'm saying? A man that went to work with a suit on, I
Mhm.
didn't think I was worthy of that. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Right.
But once I was by myself
Mhm.
and once I had my encounter with God
Mhm.
and he began to heal me and he began to take the layers off and
Mhm.
help me learn who I was and see
Right.
myself in his eyes, not through my eyes, through his eyes.
Okay. Okay.
And once I saw that, I was like, you know what? I deserve that.
Wow. Good.
I
Yeah.
deserve that. I deserve to be with somebody that's doing stuff for themselves, that's established, that's right. You know what I'm saying? Because you thinking because of your environment, that's who you supposed to be with. If you grew up in projects, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You think you supposed to just have the hood dude, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
But
Right.
you
Right.
wasn't worthy to have the one that went to college and got himself together and has an education, you
Come
know what I'm
on.
saying? Because of your environment. But once you get healed and delivered, baby, please.
And you know what's
You
funny that you said that, Wendy? Because when I was working at the prison, right? And so this year I was actually working at the gatehouse, and I never told nobody this, but my mom. And I was working at the gatehouse, and working at the gatehouse where all the visitors come through, right? So
uh-huh.
I'm checking everybody in. And so this one particular attorney comes in and he starts flirting with me. So I'm flirting back. So we flirting back and forth, whatever. So he gives me his number. He says, call me. I would love to take you out to dinner. I said, okay. So now I'm all like frantic. I've never dated an attorney. How do I act with an attorney? And
Right,
I'm like, and I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do with an attorney? What do I do with an attorney? And I'm like, okay. So then he calls me and he said, so we set the date. And then so he says, I'm going to take you to Morton Steakhouse. Have you ever been there? I said, oh no, I've never been there, but I love to eat and I love steaks. So
Right.
I meet him there, and I dressed up, and of course, and he was dressed up, and I walked in, and everybody was looking like everybody was turning their heads and stuff. 'Cause we was the only black people in the
Yeah.
restaurant, so everybody turned around and was looking, right. And so he was a perfect gentleman. Poured my wine. He did, asked me what I wanted, and he said, "Whatever you want, sky's the limit. You don't have, there's no limit." So I'm like,
Right.
okay, cool. So I'm like really, really like freaking out. And I called my mom. I said, "Mom, how do I? What? I mean, I'm nervous." She goes, "What you nervous for?" I'm dating. I'm out on a date with an attorney. And she goes, "Okay." I said, "No, I don't know." I said, I mean, I've never experienced that being with an attorney. And like you said, I didn't grow up in the hood, but that's what I was attracted to.
Right.
I was attracted to hood men. So okay, so I dig the little sagging pants. I like that. And I like the little
Right.
roughneck.
Look, that
Somebody,
roughneck look.
right,
The
right. Somebody to
Tim's and
protect
that
me
white
while we
beater.
sleep, right? So I was like, okay, so this is something totally different from what I'm used to dealing with. And then, like I said, it was funny that you mentioned that, because a lot of times we as women, sometimes we do feel that way, that we
Yeah,
feel
we
that
get
we're not worthy of
intimidated.
it. Yes.
Mhm.
And we're like, oh
And I
wow.
used to be like that all the time until, like I say, when God healed me.
Yes.
Now, shoot, let him come with that suit. Let him come with that business mindset, because
Well,
that's what I'm looking for. You know what I'm
that's it.
saying?
That's it.
Because
That's
I'm
it.
like, I know I deserve better than that. I
Yes.
know that I don't have to settle. I know that, God is going to give me the desire of my heart. And it's like, you've been there, done that with that roughneck stuff. That don't,
Come on. Come on.
it ain't nothing but a waste of time.
Come on. And
Ain't
but when
nothing
you
but a
grow,
waste of time.
but when you mature though, Wendy, those things no longer appease you.
Right, right,
Just like when we were out in the club, hanging out in the club. I was in the
right.
club. But
I
now that
can't go
you're
there no
older,
more.
girl, don't even say the club. Y'all go.
Okay, be like,
I'll stay
nah, I'm
home, my
cool.
little snuggie, and watch TV.
Because believe it or not, the same people that you was seeing back there is the same one.
That's it. And they still up in the club. They still up in the
They ain't
club.
changed.
Still in the club, baby.
They still up in there doing that same tired stuff.
Still up there. About 60 years, 60, 70 years old, still in the
Right.
club. No.
Tripping.
You
Like,
have to have
no, ain't
something.
nobody
You have
got
to
time for
have
that.
change that mindset.
Yo.
And again, we're talking about parents using kids as pawns, and we as people, we as church people, families, we as
Yeah.
community, we have and family, we have to start healing. It's time that we start healing within our families, because
Yeah,
times
break
are
them
getting rough.
generational
That's
curses.
it. That's it. And times are getting
Mhm.
harder. Times are getting, for families. So
Man,
if that's all
way
you
harder.
and I know back in the day, I'll be like, they made me mad. I don't want to deal with them. I'm just let me go on. And I did, and I
Yeah.
moved away, and I stayed away, and then it was like a big gap in our family, because I didn't want to deal with stuff that that was around. So
Mhm.
I'm going to keep myself out of the loop. But
Yeah.
at that time. I was thinking I was doing something good though, but in all reality, I'm causing division amongst the family, because I'm keeping them away,
Yeah.
because I don't want to deal with over here, because you know all our family's not perfect, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to keep us, trying to keep away from there. But and it took some time to realize that, and I just now realize that now, and I'm 54 years old.
Mhm.
Because I'm so quick to block, delete somebody in a minute,
Girl,
done
real
something,
quick.
and
But you
I
know
don't
what?
feel bad
Some sometimes you have dysfunctional families that you have to get away from
yes, 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 yes.
in order for you to have a peaceful life. in order for
Right.
you to raise your kids in peace.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now, when it's like that, like very dysfunctional, you have to take yourself out of that chaos, and God will move you out of that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Because sometimes with the people be trying to act like they the black sheep of the family, God done moved them away from
Mhm.
all that chaos. You know what I'm saying? Because of where he is taking that family member. Now,
Right.
once God has placed you where he wants you,
Uh-huh.
then you're able to minister
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
your family.
Right.
But at some point at time, he will remove you
Yeah.
from the chaos, especially when he has something for you to do,
Right. And you're right on
because
that.
otherwise
You're right. And and it's just it's important that we speak about these things because
yeah.
that's the only way healing is going to come.
Mhm.
What we uncover, God can heal.
Yeah.
What we reveal,
Yeah.
God can heal. So
Yeah.
as long as we revealing the different issues that we deal with as families, as long as we continue to uncover what we go through in families, then God can heal.
Mhm.
But even though He knows the situation is going on, but He wants us as His children to share with Him and to talk with Him, and that's building that
Yeah.
relationship with Him.
Yeah.
To sit there and say, God, uh, Uncle Joe is just, he's doing this, he's messy, he's doing that, he's doing this. So when we begin to really trust God, this is where trust begins to build with
Mhm.
Lord. When we begin to say, Lord, okay, this is the deal, Lord. This uncle of mine is doing X, Y, and Z, and then you allow God to work it out and God to fix whatever
Mhm.
that the situation may be. And oftentimes we as humans, um, we want to fix things. And
Yeah.
then when we begin to try to fix things, we make more of a mess, right?
Yeah.
So
And then sometimes it's swept under the rug.
yes, yes, yes. And
It's
that's what
not
we can have
even
trouble.
a lot of the black families back in the day, a lot of
Yes,
stuff was swept under the rug
yes.
where
What
it
happened
wasn't
to my
spoke
favorite?
about no more. You don't
Yes,
talk about that. You just it just got swept under the rug, and then it
yes,
just went on life as usual. But then
yes.
here you got this person when they become an adult, they dealing with all of this stuff
Come on, come on.
that they gotta, get counseling for or therapy for because, it was swept under the rug. And then when they go back to confront,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
people or
mm-hmm.
parents about certain things,
Yes, yes.
then they don't want to talk about it. Well,
Come
I didn't
on.
know it was like that. Yeah, you did. You
Yeah.
just didn't want to deal with it then. If we would have dealt with it then,
It would have
things
been
would have turned out
here.
differently.
Right, right. And let me share. I'm gonna share a story. When I was working the women prison this time on before I went to the men's prison, but I was at the women's prison and I was talking to one of the inmates there, and she was talking to me, and she was in there because she allowed someone to abuse her daughter.
Mm,
So
Jesus.
it was actually her boyfriend. So her boyfriend didn't want her; he wanted her daughter.
Wow.
So she said he used to threaten her and tell her, excuse me, that um, if you want me to stay, then you'll let me have your daughter.
Mm-mm.
So she said they would be in the bed, all three would be in the bed together, girl. All three would be in the bed together.
Mm-mm.
And she said she would literally turn her back away and allow him to do what he wanted to do to his daughter, to her
Uh-uh.
daughter, excuse me. And and
Uh-uh.
yeah, and it's said that it comes down to that.
Mm-mm.
It's said that we come down to
That
our
should have never, ever have happened.
no,
She shouldn't
no.
have never put no man before her child.
But a lot happens. A lot of
And,
times that happens.
that man, that's crazy.
It
Mm-mm.
happens. And that's why we're here to talk about these topics because again, it's time for us to heal. I know the topics that we
So
discussed is
let me
not
ask you, she was in
everybody.
jail. What was she in jail for? She did
For
something to
that.
him?
No, for that.
Oh, for
She
that.
allowed
Okay.
she allowed him to molest her daughter,
Because I thought she
rape.
came to her senses and did something to him.
No, ma'am. She knows not, that she didn't do. But again, you know, things
Uh-uh.
like that truly happens. And
And now
people
that
don't
poor baby traumatized. How
exactly.
old was she?
She was in her teens. She was a teenager. The girl was. But see, that's what I'm saying. That like stuff like that, they don't get help. So
Right.
now they're an adult. So now they're bringing that trauma from
Yo.
teenage over to her adult age. Now there's no
Yeah.
trust. She don't trust nobody. She doesn't trust the man, especially if your mama can do that to you. I ain't gonna trust.
Man.
So
Nobody.
she has a trust. So
The
now she's
person that was supposed to protect her
didn't do it.
made her a victim.
Didn't do it. Didn't do it.
Mm, mm,
And
mm.
and that's why I said we're going to reveal a lot of things on this on the healing project.
Yes.
We're going to discuss a lot of things on the healing project. Why? Because it's about time. It's overdue.
Yeah.
It's time to kick Satan up out of our families. It's
Come
time
on
to
now.
out of our communities. It's time to kick Satan up out of our churches. Stop
Come
playing
on.
with Satan. God has
Come
given us the
on.
authority to walk. God has given us authority to tell things to move, and it shall move. But if we keep
Yes.
walking, holding our head held low and not walking bold and our shoulders held up high, of course, Satan's going to take over. But
Yeah.
we have that authority. God has given us that authority to speak things, to speak to things, and it shall move. Talk to the mountain,
Yes.
have the mountain move. You don't go over the
Yes.
mountain. You don't go around the mountain. Speak.
Yes. Be
Speak.
10 toes down.
That's it. We have too many
And
of
I
our
remember my spiritual dad, Dr. Rufus Thibodeau,
uh-huh.
God bless his soul. He used to say, be unmovable,
Hmm.
unshakable.
Come on. That's it. That's it.
Unmovable, unshakable.
And if you are going through and you go and if you're going through and you feel you're not strong right now, you feel that you can't pray to move it, call a sister or a brother to pray for you. Pray with you.
Yeah.
Call somebody that could intercede and war on your behalf, because you know
Yeah.
what? You don't have to go through this alone. You don't have to suffer alone, because God has connected you with somebody. I know God has
Somebody.
connected you to somebody. And if you
And
don't
even if
know,
you just moan, he know what
hmm,
that moan mean.
come on, come on.
He know what that moan mean.
Get to somebody. Pray, honey. Pray,
Woo.
pray, pray. Prayer works. I'm trying to tell you.
Yes.
Prayer works, but we have to stop being scared. We have to
Yeah.
stop giving the enemy so much credit. Because I'm telling you, if you serve the God that I serve,
Come on.
come on, we already know that the battle is not
Come
ours. The battle
on.
is yours. We already know that the battle is won.
Come
But
on.
because sometimes we want to allow pride to get in the way, which is the enemy, it's not our.
Yes.
So
That's
we
the
allowing
enemy.
pride to get in the way. If we allowing fear to get in the way, God does not give us a spirit of fear.
Not at all.
But we have to get up, put our war clothes on. What that song say? It's time to ride. Hey,
Okay.
put on your
Either
backpack.
come on
Mm,
now.
lace up some boots. Hey, hey. It's time to ride. Yeah.
Okay.
Time to
Like
ride.
if you don't get up and get that devil a 1-2 punch right quick,
Hey,
like if
uppercut.
you don't
Come on.
go somewhere, like bow bow. Like if you don't go
Come
somewhere.
on. Come
And
on. But
sometimes you just gotta talk like you talking right now. Like if you
on
don't get up out of here
right now.
right
In
now.
the name of Jesus. Right now. Not now, but
And
right now.
if you weak, God gonna make you strong. He'll
Uh,
put his super on your natural.
come on. Come on.
When you weak, he will lift you up. All
He'll
you
get
gotta do is just call on the name of Jesus.
Jesus.
And the one thing I am so grateful for is that my kids get to see me, this
Mm-hmm.
godly woman,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
for over 30 years.
Okay.
they get to see her. You know
Come
what I'm
on.
saying?
Right,
Even
right.
though I wasn't no out there like that, but
Mm-hmm.
when I had my encounter with God, they
Okay.
get to see her.
Yes,
You know
yes.
what I'm saying? And that's what I'm proud of, that they get to see her,
Come on.
who
Come
I've
on.
become, who God has changed me to be,
Yes.
and who I could look in the mirror and say, I love her.
Mm, mm.
Because when I was younger, I couldn't do that.
Right.
I couldn't do that. But I could
Mm.
look in the mirror and say, I love her. I
I know
love
this
her.
part. You have to love
You
yourself
hear
first.
me?
Yes,
I love
Lord.
her. And I want the best for her. And it's like, I can, I'm so excited for this year, that the new opportunities, the new doors, the new,
Yeah.
just the new. I'm so excited for it, and I'm so happy that my grown kids get to
Mhm.
see this version of me.
Come on. Come on. I know that's right.
This
No.
version of me, where they know they mama is praying for them, that
Yeah.
she is a true woman of God, because they see
Yeah.
my walk. You know what
Come
I'm
on.
saying? I've been going on, I done lost count.
She got a
I'm
lost
close
count.
to I have, praise God, I'm close to 30 years celibacy.
Okay, come on. That's what I'm talking
And
about.
they get to see this version of me,
Come on.
and me standing on that. You
10
hear me?
toes. Come
10
on.
toes down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I'm like, the God that I serve is just
Mm.
so awesome, and he's so loving,
Yeah.
and he's so caring, and he's so everything. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's like, why would I want to disrespect myself
Come on. Come on.
for even if it's some fun? You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? If
Right.
it
2 minutes, son. 2 minutes.
okay.
2 minutes. I'll wait.
Why
I'll wait.
do you know what I'm saying? Why do I wanna do that? And I'm
I'll
like,
wait.
I'm waiting on this husband to come on here,
Come
and
on.
when God bring him, I know that my heart is free and clear to love and
Yeah.
to be loved.
Come
There
on.
ain't no baggage, there ain't no skeletons,
Come on.
there ain't nothing but a healed, healthy, whole woman of
That's
God
it. That's it. That's
that
it.
done did the work. 'Cause I went through this, my spiritual mom, she has a, crisis prevention center, and she had a program called MARPE, right?
Okay.
And I was volunteering, and she wanted me to go through the program. And so,
Mhm.
I'm like, "Okay, I'll go through the program." So
Mhm.
when I get up in there, it's like probably like 6 or 7 of us,
Okay.
and these girls, they were going through domestic violence, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so I'm in there, and I'm like, I don't feel like I should be up in here, because I ain't the same like that. I'm not going through any of that, right?
Right, right, right.
And so I decided, every Tuesday, we had once a week, every Tuesday we would go, right? So this
Mhm.
particular Tuesday, I go up in there, I got a straight attitude.
Uh-uh.
Yes, a straight attitude, because I didn't feel like I should be in there, because I ain't feel like I was like the other girls, and I ain't wanna do it no more, right? So,
Right.
the director was her sister.
Okay.
So, I come up in there, and none of the other girls showed up that day. It was just
It
me
was it was for
and the
you.
director. Look, the
It
director and the
was for
helper, right?
you.
So I'm sitting in there, I got my arms crossed and my face all toe up. And so she like, "What's wrong with you?" And I say, I don't feel like I should do this anymore." And so she said, "Why not?" I said, "'Cause I don't feel like I'm not like the other girls, right?" So she
Yeah.
say, "Well, your mama wants you to do it. So she in her office next door, go on in there and tell her you ain't gonna do it. And so look, so I'm
Oh,
sitting
wow.
there and I'm just sitting there. She said, "Go on," she in there. And I sat there in that seat. I couldn't get out that seat, right? And so
Uh-huh. Yeah. See, it was
I
for
was
you.
like, look, I was like, ain't no way I'm gonna go up in there and tell her what I ain't gonna do, right? So I'm sitting there. So I told her, I say, you know what? I'm gonna finish this, and I don't care if I'm the only one that graduate. I'm gonna hurry up and get done with this because I don't like this, right?
Right, right,
So
right.
every Tuesday, the Lord, because what I was doing was everything that past stuff that would happen to me, I would bottle it up and push it way deep down. Ain't nobody
Mhm.
victim.
A lot of people do that. Yeah, a
That's
lot
what
of
I was
people.
doing. Ain't nobody victim. So
Yeah.
I'm bottling stuff up, pushing it down. So
Mm.
every time I went, God was pulling them bottles up and unloosening them. Girl, every time I left there, I felt so raw.
Mm.
And I was like, how is this supposed to make me feel better? God was dealing with all kind of stuff. He was
I know
pulling
that's
them
right.
all
Ooh,
up.
get them out the way.
But he was pulling them up, right? So
Mm.
one day I go, we had a notebook that every time she give us an assignment, we'd do the assignment, then we give her the notebook back, then she'll correct it and give it back to us. So this particular assignment, she say, I want y'all to write she told me she wanted me to write 3 letters, and you had to write them to your past relationships, right?
uh,
So I said, well, what I got to write 3 letters for? She said, I better see 3 letters in that book, right?
oh
So I'm like,
Lord.
okay. So I was doing security overnights. So I got to work and I was like, you know what? I'm so sick of her. She was like, she was getting on my last nerves. If you
Mm.
seeing this, Dr. Barber, you know I love you.
Ah! Oh, now
But
she's trying to
she
butter it up.
look,
Now she's
but
trying to
she
butter it up.
but she knew it was getting on my last nerves because she
Oh
would
man.
ride me, boy. And so when I got to work, I just started typing out. Girl, when I got done, I had 10 letters, right? I had I had
You
one
said
to
10.
my ex-husband. I
Oh
had
Lord.
one to my youngest child's father. I
Uh,
had one to my father. I had one to my stepmother. I had one for past relationships.
oh Lord.
And the last letter was to myself.
Okay.
Forgiving myself for
Hmm.
all the stuff that I put myself through, right?
Okay,
And
okay.
so when I gave it to her and then she ended up giving it back to me, she said, "You almost made me start crying." She said,
Mm.
"Because all of the stuff that you wrote before I gave it to her, I say, now look, I'm raw in this. I'm raw in these letters."
Mm-mm.
I said, "I know you asked me for 3, but there's 10, but I'm very raw in them." And it was
Mm.
like raw emotions just came out, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so years later, me and my oldest daughter, we were at my apartment and the book was in a box, right?
Hmm.
So my daughter was like, "Mom, what's this?" And so I said, "Oh, that was what I had to do for this class." I say, "You could read it." And
Hmm.
I let her read it, right? And she told me, she was like, "Mom, I never knew you went through all of that."
Yeah. A lot of times kids
And
don't.
it gave her a different perspective of me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And so she was like, I never knew you went through any of that." Because like
Mm.
I say, I was very raw
Yeah.
in the letters. And so she, it felt good that I was able to feel vulnerable enough to let her
Hmm.
read them
Okay.
and, to get the feedback from her
Mm, good. And
about
it's
it, you
good.
know.
It's good that you was able to get your healing in the midst of all that.
Yeah.
And so you're ready
Mhm.
And so that's important. That's something we want to talk about. Another topic too with with our women, our viewers, because it's time that we all want to be loved by somebody, but
Yeah.
we don't want to go in there all junky. We want to be able to go in there to be able to love and to receive the love as well. And I
Yeah.
hate to say this, we are coming to the end of our road, Miss
Ugh,
Wendy.
it was
We
good.
it
It
was
was
truly
getting
good.
good.
Right. This is our topic was talking about children being used as pawns. We thank you for tuning into the Healing Project.
Yes.
We'd like to come back every second and fourth Monday of the month at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will be coming live to you from YouTube University, because you learn all kinds of stuff from YouTube.
Yes.
We want you to come back and be a part of our family. Come back and be a part of this movement. Come back and be a part of this healing journey. The Healing Project is all about healing one person at a time.
Yes.
And so we thank you for tuning in. Wendy, you have anything to say before we leave?
Thank you guys for listening, and thank you for allowing us to be vulnerable and transparent,
Yes,
and just looking forward to more topics and more time talking.
that's it.
God
That's all.
bless.
God bless you guys, and everybody be blessed. If you're watching on the replay, type in where you're watching from and let us know where you viewing from, so that way we can also pray for you as well. If
Yes.
you have prayer requests, go ahead and type it in a prayer that you want and you're requesting, because we do believe in prayer. So again,
Yes.
we want to thank you for tuning in to the Healing Project, where healing takes one day at a time. And we are here to be a support. We are here to be your encourager. We're here to inspire. So until the fourth Monday, remember, fourth Monday, 7 p.m.
Yes.
Pacific time. Stay safe and stay blessed. And we love y'all. Bye.
Bye.